Matt, it's Hillary. Welcome to Chicago.
Hey, thank you.
You want to grab a drink?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, I'll meet you at Virgin in 10.
Got it. All right.
Cheers.
We're just going for it.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for grabbing a drink when you're in town. Are you happy to be home?
Yeah, no, I love it in Chicago. I love it when it's not the winter too, so this is like a nice time to be in Chicago.
So, from one professional drinker to another, I mean, we got to kind of give it to ourselves for creating careers out of drinking.
Yeah. For better or worse.
Do you have any rules for drinking on camera?
Well, I went to my doctor in New York. Not because anything was wrong. I was just like, I feel like someone should tell me this is a bad idea. Like a medical professional should be like, this is not like what you should make your career out of. And he was shockingly unfazed by the fact that I drink like a full bottle of wine, like chug a bottle of wine every week. And he was just like, you're not going to do that forever, right? And you're young, it'll be fine. So yeah, I don't know. Now I feel like I got like the medical industry's clearance to just go all out.
So you really do drink a full bottle?
Yes.
And you are drinking. So I'm just wondering what happens like when you click, stop. Do you go out? Do you?
I learned to be like very, proficient while under the influence. Never drove a car,
Right.
not breaking the law, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, every time, so we filmed Wine About It at like 1 p.m. every Monday. I'm like secretly a diva. Not secretly, I feel like I'm pretty openly a diva. But yeah, so we filmed the very first episode at like 5:30 and we were like, I'll get drunk and then go home. I'll take a cab home afterwards. And we did it, and the lighting, I was like, I hate the lighting on this. We have to redo it at 1 p.m. instead. And they were like, okay, I guess. And so I drink a full bottle of wine at 1 p.m. I very quickly learned how to like get my shit together, which was, my routine was always, I would chug a full glass of water, I would chug a small black coffee, and then 2 like boxes of coconut water.
Oh.
Which, that's the secret to hydration, even though it's the worst fucking liquid ever. But it helped. It hydrated me very well.
Okay, and this is all done pre?
No,
after?
that was post.
Oh,
right
post.
after,
Post
we would hit stop, and then I would chug all of those things, and like I would let them like battle one another inside of me.
Well, at least 1 o'clock, it gives you like, you're not that hungover the next day because you kind of like get it out of your system, right?
When you reach that point of being drunk where you're like kind of sad and just want to lay down, like that happens normally at like 3 or 4 in the morning if you're drinking at a normal hour. For me, because I like got wasted at 1 p.m., I would always hit that point at like 7 p.m. So every Monday night I would be like depressed on my couch, like watching MasterChef Junior and eating like a bowl of penne alla vodka.
Yeah.
This was my like Monday routine. And I would always like cry during MasterChef Junior because it's actually like, besides being like wine hungover at 8 p.m., MasterChef Junior is like one of the most touching shows on television.
What is your key to like having content stand out?
The secret is, I don't know, part of I think the success of stuff online is just recognizing when it's not working, and you either like adapt or react in some way, or shut it down and try something new.
Congrats now kind of going out on your own.
Thank you.
Was it a risky move, or at the time it was like, no, this makes sense?
I haven't slept in like 3 months. I go on pure cycles of like caffeine and alcohol.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely a hard decision. I feel like it kind of came down to this moment where I was like, do I want to kind of stay under the umbrella of Buzzfeed, which is a great umbrella and they did a lot for me, or like take a big risk, but be able to not only make videos on my own then, but also do live shows and write a book and have a TV show and do like a podcast and all of those other things, and just have the freedom to do that, and not only have the freedom to do it, but then own all of that stuff, and it's not owned by a company, but it's me. So it felt like the right time to do it.
Sure.
And if I was gonna do it, I was like, now is the right time to do it.
Yeah.
Not the least of which is because I'm still on my parents' insurance, so that helps a little bit.
When you have so many kind of like opportunities and you're like, oh, I could do a podcast, I could do a book, live shows, how do you prioritize?
I think for me, because I'm someone who has like started really on the internet, like that's still important to me, and I want to make sure I'm still putting out stuff on the internet. So even though I'm not doing Wine About It now, I'm doing a new video series that I'm starting to film just out of my apartment called TBH, to be honest, which is basically kind of the same concept, getting drunk and, you know, sharing advice on stuff.
When you're doing these live events, are there more nerves when there's a crowd in front of you?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like a great way to kind of practice your craft because you get immediate feedback from people. You know whether they like it or not immediately because they're either glaring at you or they're laughing. I always thought about the internet in similar ways. Either people are sharing it and liking it and commenting on it, or they're not. And so making that transition was not totally as scary as it might have been if I went right into this like 2 years ago. Hey everyone, I'm Matt Bellassai and this is A Drink With.
Tell us who you want to have a drink with in the comments below. Also, please subscribe. Cheers.
Cheers, I already went for it.